The Hawkeyes bye week breakdown, and Blake, you took the time to put together some handy-dandy report cards earlier today, and now it's time to assess the season a little further, as much pain as that might bring some Hawkeyes fans.
It is really painful, and we don't use traditional report cards here at Hawkeye headquarters. We use the Hawkologist's pain index. Yes, this is a 6-point pain index from pretty happy to, Mr. T, the most amount of pain anybody could suffer. And let's talk about the Iowa offense and where they stand on the pain index. It's the most pain anybody could possibly watch every Saturday, let's be honest. This is the worst offense in college football. Here's why. There are 131 teams in the FBS. Iowa ranks dead last in basically every single category. Total yards, they are indeed 131st. And the quarterback, Spencer Petras, touchdown interception ratio 2-3. His quarterback rating is second to last in the entire country. The Hawks have not scored a touchdown in 2 games. In fact, their upcoming opponent, the Ohio State Buckeyes, have scored 3 times as many points as the Hawkeyes have scored this season. And, well, punter Tory Taylor, his leg is getting a nice long rest this week. The Hawkeyes are second in the entire country in punts, so he's going to get the nice week off. Well deserved.
And speaking of special teams, punting, defense, that's really been the positive for the Hawkeyes this year, Blake.
It has been, and let's see where they stand on the pain index. Well, pretty good. It's hard to nitpick either of these units, but let's see what the pain index has to say. This is a mild amount of pain, almost no pain, but let's see why the pain index gives it this rating. Well, the Hawkeyes, they're third in the entire country in scoring defense. It's been excellent, right? But the turnovers last season, they forced 25 interceptions. This year, 6 through 6 games, not bad, but it's middle of the pack. The standards are different on that side of the ball. Well, for the special teams, they've had 3 Special Teams Player of the Week honors, Tory Taylor winning 2 of those. The punter and defensive lineman Lucas Van Ness blocked a couple of kicks in Week 2 against Iowa State. He got one as well, but the special teams, 2 missed kicks, ended up being a difference in 2 3-point losses, Nick. And there's also been no big play on the return game, so the special teams, pretty good, but not jumping off the page, so we got to go with the second point on the 6-point pain index.
Love the breakdown, Blake, and now as we look forward to the second half of the season, 3-3 so far for the Hawkeyes this year, what should fans expect?
Well, let's see what the pain index has to say again. Well, it's right in, I guess, sort of in the middle. Neutral. I'm not a glass half full kind of guy, Nick. I'll be honest with you. I'm not super excited about the Hawkeyes' prospects moving forward. Let's take a look at why. Because, well, the Big Ten West, it's still winnable. That's the good news, right? There's no Goliaths in the Big Ten West. They're in the East with Michigan and Ohio State. And the other good news is that, well, they are, again, 6 points away from being 5-1. They've had 2 3-point losses. Again, the special teams, not the problem with the Hawkeyes, but it could have been the solution. Now here's the bad news. Here's why I'm not so optimistic, Nick. It's that, well, the 2 toughest games remaining on the schedule at Ohio State, at Minnesota. You want these big games at Kinnick Stadium, right? And nobody has answers on offense. Brian Ferentz has not pointed to one. He's pointed to a lot of things wrong with the Hawkeye offense, but no real solutions, so I don't see that unit really getting much better moving forward.
But like you said, surprisingly, with how wide open the Big Ten West is, you're telling me there's still a chance, Blake.
There's still a chance. There is still a chance. We'll find out over the next 6 games with that one, Nick.
Well, Blake, we look forward to the rest of your game coverage and Hawkeye coverage the rest of this season, and hey, maybe we'll invite you back on the show.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me in studio today.
No problem. It's been a pleasure. We'll be right back after this.